Become a society of consumerism. Everything we want to purchase, we want to purchase, we want to purchase. We're so good in the purchase, we're so terrible at our own production. If someone, for example, starts a small business and a big business, a larger business comes, everybody will presume that the small business cannot keep up, but they keep forgetting that the bigger business has more uh, options of how they can buy up and even be able to play around with the pricing. Hence, the small business keeps struggling. It is easier for people to kind of look at someone. I remember once seeing this argument, someone on X or Twitter, and it was an interesting argument. It was an argument between buying from a supermarket groceries and buying from the farm, from the vendors, the grocery vendors. And the argument was very interesting. The ones who were arguing it from the context of the supermarket because it was more cheaper and it looked fresh. You know how supermarket does is fresh things. And the other argument was for the market vendors, them it looks like more expensive. So I looked at that argument. It was interesting because from where I'm looking at, when I'm looking at freshness, I rather go for the market, is more guaranteed. However, for the supermarket in that scenario, well, if you've ever bought a banana from a market and a banana from a supermarket, you notice something that's never always interesting. And once you do your own little investigation, then you'll figure out what really happens between these two sides of the camp. Then realize the the game that keeps being played between those who are in the market, for example, in this scenario, versus that which is given out from the supermarket. Now, not having any issue with the supermarket, I'm just looking at the quality of a product, in this case, a vegetable or a fruit, from here and without any other additional additives placed. So, being a consumerism society, in a way, you will look down on one of another without doing your own little due diligence because everybody's saying it, an influencer said it, so hey, it has to be right. Let's look at it from when newspapers were the in thing. If you look at then and now, newspapers, everybody believed the newspapers because of a few factors. One, the fact that they're doing their publishing, the government has approved of it. That means the government has done their kind of due diligence to say it's a green card. Two, green light, sorry. The other option is because you're believing this newspaper can't lie. Why would they lie? They can't lie to like a million people. Then you grow up and realize, yeah, they pretty much lied about everything. Actually, when you go to the ad section, I recall that ad section. Because, for example, I remember if you wanted to go to the ad section, that is within our local newspapers, and I think it's still the same. I wouldn't know. Last time I read a newspaper, it's a while. However, when you go to the ad section, let's say you're looking for the jobs section, you'd get these numbers. So you dial a number, and then the number will tell you, oh, if you're looking for a job, come to building ABCD, bring ABCD amount of money so that we can register for you to get a job. These are like a recruiting agency. A recruiting agency is kind of do differently because between the recruitment agency and the company, not the employee to be paid directly. So it's a whole different dynamic. So anyway, in this scenario, I think in college and I'm thinking, nah, doesn't make sense. I'm looking for a job and I'm told to bring, I think it was 3,000 Kenyan shillings, I think. And I mean, that was 2012. Yeah, 2012 there. So I'm thinking, nope, I'm looking for money and you're asking for a lot of money. I'm thinking, but why would this happen? They're a newspaper. And it was a scam thing. But they're in an actual newspaper. And the assumption is you're not told in a newspaper, go do your due diligence. It's not written on the ad section, go do your due diligence. They're like, you figure it out. That's where we are. There are people who trust so much of systems, but no one is doing their due diligence. And in the process, we become such a consumerist kind of situation because look at it this way. The newspaper is like, I really don't care about you. I care about how many people have papers in their home. They've bought the papers, whether they read it or not a cup of tea. We just need those papers to move. We just need to make sure we have no stock, holding stock on our end. They don't care if they is a propaganda thing or anything. And that's why we should always learn to be careful and cautious of everything we read, we watch, we listen to. Always doing your due diligence because everybody's making money. Right now, we're in a society whereby everything you do, there's a camera, there's someone recording, whether it's a recording that's visual or non or audio. You have to be very careful, even in a very simple setting as a household. Because you may say something so innocent, and someone may think, you know what, I can actually get views from this. Next thing you know, you're trending somewhere, someone sends you a link, you're like, hey man, did you really say these things? And you're thinking, did I? And you look at like, oh, you cooked. Now there's a whole damage, and that person's like, I really don't care. I just need the views. I just need to make money from ABCD, social media, wherever. The thing is, we become such a consumerist kind of society, ready to destroy bridges, ready to destroy relationships, ready to destroy friendship, ready to destroy networking for that click, that view, that hit on the account, that adrenaline rush. Too many notification on every social media app or any pretty much a lot of notification on your phone that you put on, to an extent that when you don't find a notification, you're feeling someone isn't looking, caring, someone isn't bothered, and you click on, you're like, they liked, they commented, they did this. What if you just turned off the whole damn thing and just turned it off, the notification, and only put notification of things you need? Maybe calendar. I mean, calendar would make more reasonable sense, so don't lose track of something, or just specific things. Maybe you do jogging, like your Fitbit kind of thing. You can put that notification. Not all the social media, man. You really don't need all that. You can put it off and then get in when you want, so that you can concentrate on other things. Because right now, concentration span of many people is quite low. There's nothing so frustrating like talking to someone who's literally on their phone and like a very serious conversation. Personally, I don't really approve of it. Like if I'm talking to you and you're on your phone, that conversation just ended, I moved on. Because it's value. The value of the information meant something to this person. So if you not recipient of that value, then this value can go to another individual and life has to go on. We're in a time whereby if someone is involved in an accident or a very major incident happens, everybody's like, wow, I need to get the perfect view. This is going to give me the views of a lifetime. I mean, there's a plane that fell like, I won't say the country though, but it should be, I think, this week. No, on Sunday, so it's last week. And it rolled and it was upside down. And one guy is with a camera. And I remember one of the people removing the people from the accident. They're like, hey, put your phone away. We are trying to rescue people. I think eventually, that part of the plane blew up after people were removed. Why am I going to deal like this case scenario? Maybe, yes, people are able to see, but what was the danger around it? The more delay we trying to get the perfect shot would have led the people behind to get stuck. And when this plane goes up, they die because they lose their lives because of your actions. The thing is, not everything needs a camera, a click. Not everything needs everyone to see. If you want to, fine. But let it be in a place whereby, or in a context whereby it has no other effect. There are no people involved in any danger. If you see something that's an argument or something that doesn't, you don't need to remove your phone. You can go and help and assist. If it's a dog or a cat or an animal that is stuck, put your phone away. You can go help it. If someone has to take a phone for you to, give a particular type of context, well and good, but you just go there and help. Because we're living in a life whereby it's views and clicks and likes and lies and lies and lies, but there's no verification. I always say this: we have so much information, but we have zero transformation. We consume a lot, we produce very little, and that's the saddest state. Each one of us has something unique to bring on the table, but if you keep living this life, we keep losing reality. And at the end of the day, we become so numb, desensitized, and we look at each other as products and not people. For example, if you look at the adult film industry and the people who consume that kind of content, how do they view partners or potential partners? They view them as products of their fantasy. Then we end up having a depraved society. So, but can everyone take this opportunity to make a change? Not really. But one person at a time? Sure. So, you don't need all those notifications. Turn them off. Handle one thing at a time. Enjoy nature. Have a pet. something else to keep you busy, but don't be consumed.